Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Got the D-Man here, and I'm glad you could join me as always. It's a rainy day here in Missouri today, which is normal for spring. Makes it tough on me for working outside, though. Okay, today's topic is going to be a continuation of imagination. I talk about imagination because it's so very important. You have to imagine yourself as you want yourself to be. A good way to do that is seems like my lighting is going in and out here. Okay, we will continue. A lot of you watch TV, movies, different things like that. Find a character on there that's really good with women and model his behavior. Imagine yourself doing what he does. Now, to regress a little bit, you have to be careful because you want to find a character that is manly, which is a little difficult to do today. Some of the older movies like Steve McQueen, you can look him up, James Bond. There is a guy that I have watched in a series. It's probably not, that's an older series. It's called Ray Donovan. That guy is a good example of how a man can act where women will be attracted to him. Now, I'm not talking about the fact that he kills a few people here and there and he's kind of an enforcer, if you want to call it that, but his characteristics around women, he doesn't open up to them. I watched a show the other day. I don't watch much TV. Occasionally I'll watch something, but I'm watching that because I like the character he portrays on there, his inner strength, although he appears to be maybe an alcoholic. Okay, but he controls his emotions. He has a stoic personality he uses. Now, if you take someone like that, it doesn't have to be him. It could be James Bond. Watch the James Bond movies, even the newer ones. Watch how that man acts. Watch his character. He's not moved by outside circumstances, okay? And that goes back to using your imagination. If you allow yourself to be controlled by outer situations and outer circumstances, then you're moved around like a ship on the ocean when each way that the wind blows. But if you allow yourself to be controlled, or you control yourself by your inner strength, by your beliefs, or your, how do I say, your conception of who you are rather than what other people think you are or what things happen to you on the outside. If you remain strong during the storms of life, no matter what happens. That's why I like this character. It's unrealistic, of course. It's TV or movies or whatever. But no matter what happens on the outside, he's always got a constant crisis going he's trying to fix for other people. Okay, he'll be in the middle of going to fix one crisis, and he'll get a phone call, and they have to turn around and go jump into the middle of another crisis. Okay, but he never like pulls his hair out or says, oh God, what am I going to do? I can't take this anymore. And that's the way you need to be as a man with your woman. No matter what happens in the outer world in life, you need to remain strong and centered. Trust in yourself, in your higher self, in your God, whatever. But never lay anything out on your woman like you can't handle the situation. Even if you don't think you can handle the situation, you need to appear and act like you can. If you need to break down or cry or lose it, do it by yourself in front of your God or in front of your friend or somewhere besides in front of your woman, because she may tell you that she wants you to open up and share your feelings, but if you do in that respect, she will lose confidence in you. I don't know why that is. It's an evolutionary thing. They can't, I'm not saying all women, but the biggest majority of women, if you cry in front of them and tell them that you're afraid, that you're not sure how you're going to make it or how you're going to handle a situation, it's an inherent trait of them. They will lose confidence in you. Now, I know there are many women out there that's going to argue with me and say, oh, no, I would never do that. If my husband opened up to me and shared his heart with me, I would love him and trust him more. That's not the way it works, though. I've been around a while. I've seen a lot of situations. I've been with a lot of women. I've been married 4 times, as some of you know. And I'm telling you what, that's what happens. You're a man. You have to act like a man. And one of the things a man can do is contain his feelings. He feels the feelings, but he doesn't act on them. He can feel like he's going to cry and break down, but he cannot show it. He can go ahead and get done what needs to be done, whatever the situation is. You should be able to, if your house is on fire and one of your kids got burned up in the house, you should be able to go in there and get the rest of the kids out. You should not break down and have a fit because the one child died. You should be strong enough on the inside that you could handle the situation, get things done, what needs to be done, and then go somewhere and cry and break down or go to a therapist or whatever you need to do to take care of yourself and to deal with that emotion that you weren't able to feel in the moment. Now, a lot of us have emotions from a long time ago when we were growing up with our parents, different people, things happened to us. They call those traumas now, whatever they are, that we never really felt those emotions. And we carry these over into relationships. And now we visualize those in our imagination sometimes, and we project them onto people in our life now. And that causes us to react. You need to find a way to deal with those emotions, to feel that, and to express those if you know what they are. Anger towards your father, anger towards your mother, whatever it is. You need to express those, deal with it, feel it, so you don't project those onto your woman or onto your children or other people. But that's a whole nother video. But back to imagination, find a character that you like. I'm sure there's one that you like in the movies or TV or a series or somewhere. Okay, it could even be one of those, my kids watch those Avatar type things. Find a character you like that is good with women. Even on the avatars, I guess, there's characters that are good with women. And model that behavior. Visualize yourself in your imagination acting like this man with the women you encounter in life, with the people you encounter in your life. Okay, I deal with clients quite a bit on the phone. I have other businesses besides my painting company and besides this, and I model those characteristics that I think will help me in my business. That's why reading biographies is good. As you read the biographies of successful people, you can take up their characteristics by imagining them. As you read the book, you can imagine the character doing the things that he's doing, the person that you're reading about. Okay, and then you can put yourself in that picture in your mind. And the more you do this over and over and over again, the more you will find yourself doing the things this person does, acting like this person does, and actually portraying the same type of character. You can become that character, whatever you want to be, whether it be good or bad. It's the same power, the same imaginative power can take you to where you want to go. But you have to first see it in your imagination. Maybe just a little bit, but you start off small. Just do one thing that this person does. Now, let's say a successful person gets up every day at 6 o'clock and takes a cold shower. I take a cold shower every day. It's tough, but I do it. But it gets easier. You just jump in there, you grin, and you bear it. And you always feel great afterwards because it's not something you want to do. A nice, hot, warm shower, of course, is much better. So you get in there and you do it. I picked that up from somebody else who is more successful than I am. So I'm doing something someone else does. And as you do that, you become a different person. Your personality is just a mask you put on. You have been many different people in your life if you stop and think about it, or at least you should be if you're living an adventurous life or a life that is not boring and glum. I mean, but at the very least, you've been a baby, you've been a toddler, you've been a child, you've been a teenager, you've been an adult. Maybe you were a computer programmer, you were a star soccer player, you were a football player. These are all just personas you put on. So you can put on any kind of persona you like. You didn't become a star football player overnight, okay? You didn't become a great student overnight. These things took time, repetition of the same thing over and over and over again. One of the most important things I can tell you to do is read, because it strengthens your imaginative muscle. And whatever you imagine or think yourself to be, you will become. I'm not talking about a passing thought, but your dominant thoughts day in and day out. Statistics say that people think the same 70% of our thoughts are the same thoughts as you have yesterday. And they will continue to be the same thoughts unless you put different information in your computer mind, if you want to look at it that way. You have to put different information in. And when you do that, you think different things. And when you think different things, you have different images in your mind. You can put any image in your mind you want to put in there. And whatever images you put in there day in and day out will be projected into your outer world. That will become your world. But you have the power over that by controlling your thoughts and your images. Imagination is so very important, and it's really belittled in our society today and put way below logic. But Albert Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. And it is true, because imagination, you can go anywhere with that. Think about it. Think about the things that you've imagined in your life. Think about the things that you have feared that have come to pass. The things that you thought over and over and over that you worried about. That's faith in reverse. That's belief in reverse of what you want it to be. Okay? So, hey, thanks for joining me today. Smash that like button. I hope this has been of value to you. Share it with a friend. Leave a comment in the comment section. I got to go to work. Have a great day.